Let me tell you a story. Not about fame. Not about fortune. But about courage. About a young man who chose to step into the unknown and found something he never expected. This is Jamal's story. When Jamal told his family he was moving to Russia, they thought he was crazy. It's cold there, his mother said. It's full of white people, his brother added. But Jamal just smiled and said, I want to see the world with my own eyes. I want to understand it, not fear it. He arrived in Moscow in early spring. The air was still sharp and cold. Snowbanks lined the streets like tired old soldiers. People moved quickly, heads down, wrapped in heavy coats. Jamal felt the stares almost immediately. Some were curious. Some were cold. And some carried a silent hostility that didn't need words. On the subway, people shifted away from him. In small stores, clerks kept a careful eye on him. And one afternoon, standing at a crosswalk, a man shouted something cruel. Jamal didn't know every word yet. But he understood the hate. That night, in his tiny rented apartment, Jamal stared out the window. Outside, the city lights blurred in the falling snow. He thought, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I don't belong here. The loneliness was sharp. The silence heavy. But somewhere deep inside, a small voice whispered, you didn't come here to be accepted. You came here to live. To learn. To write your own story. And so, Jamal stayed. He started learning Russian, one awkward word at a time. He made mistakes, plenty of them. He once asked for a breadly bun instead of a loaf of bread. The bakery ladies laughed, warmly, not unkindly. And Jamal laughed too. He began smiling at people first. Sometimes they smiled back. Sometimes they didn't. But slowly, day by day, the ice began to melt. He met Sasha, the neighbor in the worn leather jacket. Sasha said little, but when Jamal's washing machine broke, he was there, toolbox in hand. No questions. No judgment. Just help. Then there was Olya, his language teacher with the bright laugh and endless patience. She corrected his Russian over strong tea and slices of honey cake. To her, Jamal wasn't a stranger. He was simply another student, another human being finding his way. And there was the old babushka from next door, who pressed hot pies into his hands and asked, aren't you cold, son? Her voice was rough, but her eyes were full of kindness. Russia, Jamal realized, wasn't a country you could understand with your eyes. You had to feel it. You had to live it. There were bad days. Days when a stranger's glare cut deep. Days when whispered insults stung like frostbite. But there were good days too. Days when the sun broke through the clouds. Days when a stranger held a door open. Days when laughter filled a small kitchen, and Jamal remembered that he wasn't alone. He learned an important truth: fear often hides behind anger. But real kindness, real love, speaks without words. You don't always belong the moment you arrive. Sometimes you have to build your place. Brick by brick. Smile by smile. Mistake by mistake. And Jamal? He was glad he chose Russia. Because there, in a land of snow and strangers, he didn't just survive. He learned how to live. He learned how to be truly free. And maybe, just maybe, the world isn't as divided as we think. Maybe it just takes one brave soul to step forward first. Like Jamal did. And like we all can, if we choose to see with our hearts.